Hello everyone and welcome back to Warframe. So I just recorded this video and I realized my microphone was on mute, so that's fun. But anyway, today we are going to talk about how to fix Warframe's endgame. Because currently, a lot of people are kind of questioning what Warframe's endgame really is, and that's a good question. We really need a good answer to that question. So I've come up with 5 solutions. 3 are easy solutions, 2 are difficult solutions. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, basically what this means is there are 3 easy solutions for DE to pull off, meaning minimal work and time and effort, really, and then 2 difficult solutions that will take a ton of time to pull off. So let's jump right in. So one of my easy solutions, the first one, is stop wasting time on Lunaro and focus on the end game content. Lunaro, in my opinion, is a complete waste of DE's time and energy. A very small percentage of people who play Warframe actually play Conclave and Lunaro. I don't play it ever. It's not a very fun game. It doesn't mesh well with the rest of the game. Warframe is all about space ninjas absolutely destroying everything around them, not throwing a ball into a circle. That's Rocket League. You can play Rocket League if you want to. It's on Steam, like $15. I would definitely recommend that game. I would not recommend Lunaro. It's not fun. So definitely cutting the cord on Lunaro would not be a bad thing. At least until we've D has developed a suitable end game that keeps players interested in the game. Because Lunaro, it's not keeping players in the game. Statistics are showing that players are slowly declining, and yeah. If more time was spent in the actual, the main part of the game, I'm sure that a lot more players would continue playing the game. But yeah, let's just stop with the Lunaro stuff and focus on the game that actually matters to most people. Next up is give good rewards to sortie missions. Now, sortie missions, if you don't know what they are basically the end game of Warframe right now. At least the mainstream end game. Basically, you're set to do 3 different missions of different game modes against really high level enemies, or relatively high enemies. And it's challenging at first if you don't have good stuff, but it's not hard once you've kind of done it a few times. And honestly, there's no point in playing sorties because or at least in my perspective, there's no point in doing it, because what they do is the rewards that they give you are wraith weapons, usually parts of wraith weapons. And the problem with this is I have most of the wraith weapons, so that doesn't help me at all. Giving me parts to weapons I already have and that are not worth a lot of platinum is completely useless. And so I'm not going to waste my time playing sortie missions when I could be farming for resources. So it's not a good thing that's happening with sorties right now. What they should do is add new stuff to sorties that can only be obtained in sorties. That way there would be incentive to actually play sortie missions for veteran players. If you want to see more in-depth discussion on this, definitely recommend checking out iFlynn. He made a video about 2 weeks ago on this topic, so go check him out for a more in-depth discussion on the sortie mission rewards. My third easy rework fix thing is a scaling rework. Scaling is kind of retarded in Warframe. Armor is completely bugged to hell. It's really confusing. Nobody really understands it that well, and it's just weird. So definitely reworking armor, as well as reworking the difficulty of enemies in Warframe. Uh, this is a larger task than you would think, because going through all missions and rebalancing the enemies for those missions is not an easy task. I think that the Void is actually a very, very good difficulty, because it's difficult. The Void is actually quite difficult. I mean, it's not super super hard, but it's not the easiest thing in the world, which is good. And so rebalancing the solar system to kind of match the difficulty of the Void, and ramping up the higher level planets and missions so that they are a lot more difficult than the earlier planets and missions would definitely be a good thing to do. That's definitely a thing that should happen. Now to my difficult solutions. These are probably not going to happen, and if they do, I would be just blown away. That would, like, it would become a completely different game. It would just be incredible. But enough waffling. Let's get into it. So my first idea is a new solar system. Now, you may be thinking, well, hold on, we just got a solar system rework. Why should we get a new solar system again? That's actually not what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is adding an additional solar system. So having the current origin system, where we have Mercury through Sedna / Pluto, that system, as well as a completely new solar system, maybe like the sentient origin system. That would be pretty cool. And having this system a lot more difficult than the origin system would not be bad either. I would definitely recommend, if DE were to do this, that they make this solar system the end game of Warframe. Make it a lot more difficult than the origin system that we currently have. So increased difficulty, I would love to see less trash mobs. So instead of a horde type game, it would turn into more of like a Dark Souls, where you have to single out a specific target and take him out before you can continue on, type thing, where you can't just run headlong into a group of 50 enemies and kill them all and remain untouched, basically. Dark Souls is a very good example of this. If you don't know what Dark Souls is like, just go watch a video of some gameplay. That's what I'm talking about. It would also probably have to be mastery locked, because completing the regular solar system is quite easy. You can do that in, like, I don't know, mastery rank 2, if you get someone to carry you through it. So that's I wouldn't want the second solar system to be available to people who have only completed the regular solar system. That wouldn't be very good, I don't think. I would definitely recommend it be mastery locked. That way you have an incentive to rank up your mastery, as well as reducing the amount of players in that solar system, so that it's a little bit more like superior. You feel a little bit separated from the rest of the player base. So probably mastery rank 15 to 20 is where it would be locked at, like the base minimum. I don't know if those are good numbers or not. A problem that I've just kind of thought of is there wouldn't be very many players playing in the solar system if it was like if it was locked a lot. So it would probably have to be a smaller solar system, at least to start with, and then get larger as more players reach higher mastery ranks. Um, but that's my first difficult solution, and I really really like that solution actually. I think that would be really cool to see. Um, but my next and final solution is an open world area. What I mean by this is imagine like it's sort of like Destiny, where you have a large area that you can explore and you're not trapped in like the corridors that we have currently in the game. Um, I would like it would probably be either on certain nodes that you have a an open world area, such as like an Arcwing node, um, or it could even perhaps extend to covering an entire planet. So something like Earth could be a open world planet. So the entire planet could be open world. And a good example of a game for this is Minecraft, actually. Uh, it's completely open world, uh, generated. No Man's Sky actually just came out recently, and that's probably not a very good example. But at No Man's Sky, imagine No Man's Sky as like a baseline. So you can, it's procedurally generated, I would imagine, like the rest of Warframe is, um, but kind of open world, you know. I would also like to see creative aspects thrown in there as well, because I think the best way to keep your your player base playing the game is by allowing them to create. Creation in games allows infinite possibilities. You've seen how Tenogen has kind of taken off, how everybody is like loving Tenogen, and it's allowing DE to spend less time on cosmetics, which is really really good. Um, it will save less time, if like in the long run, and it will keep players occupied. Because imagine if like okay, one day I don't have anything to do really. Let's go to Earth and build a freaking like a tower or something, or like a prison, or go raid a Grenier encampment that is like 100, I don't know, like 300 kilometers away. Take like your orbiter, kind of fly over there, drop down, and then kind of raid it in a open world area where you're not enclosed inside of a place, or like a certain area, you know. I think that would be unbelievably awesome. And I definitely think that a lot of players would enjoy that, if DE could pull that off successfully. So yeah, those are my thoughts on how to save Warframe, or how to give Warframe a good end game and keep players occupied. So thank you for everyone who's watching this still. I know it's kind of long. It's been 14 minutes. But thank you for sticking around if you've heard all this stuff. Leave in the comments section your ideas or your response to my ideas. I would love to know what you guys think of these concepts. If you would enjoy an open world or a completely new solar system. Yeah, just go ahead and let me know in the comment section, and I will see you all next time.